Oh man. Oh, whew. Oh yeah. Oh man, get down in this deep forest, it's cold. So good for you, and so worth it. Oh, end of the line. Hey everyone, MinerBiker here. As you can see, it's no longer dry and dusty around here like it has been all year. We finally got some moisture, at least up here in the mountains. I'm up by Lost Creek Reservoir. This is to the south and east of Salina, up going to the north of Fish Lake, up nice and high. We're definitely got a little snow. Got the fat tire bike up here. Got both dogs. Got the one who's barking at me as usual. As always, gotta throw a rock, keep him distracted. So, what we're gonna try and do today, I wanna try and ride up on the Fish Lake Hightop. And I'm not entirely sure what the snow conditions are gonna let me do, but that's what I'm gonna try to do, is ride. What I really want is to ride out on the Daniels Canyon OHV trail all the way to Hancock Flat, then climb up onto the south end of Fish Lake Hightop, and then ride the Hightop Trail all the way back off the north end of Hightop back to here. It is so nice to have some cool fresh air and some moisture in the ground, and yeah, it'd be fun to get back to some fat biking in the snow. That part near what is the end of the Lost Creek Reservoir road. This is the end of the road right here. This is the start of what it's called on Trail Forks Daniels Lost Trail. It's a little old single track trail that shortcuts from Lost Creek Reservoir Road up to Daniels Pass. Saves you having to climb up the Daniels Pass road, which is super steep. No, this trail's not isn't steep too, but trail's always better than a road. This is Daniels Pass. This to the left here is the very north end of the Fish Lake Hightop Plateau. So this is the very north end of the Hightop Trail. If all goes to plan, this is where we'll be coming down. That's Daniels Canyon Road, continues there to the right. This is the Daniels Canyon Trail. Starts off as a road, goes down here to some areas where people camp and stuff, and slowly tapers down into just a four-wheeler trail once you get down in here a ways. Slow down to hit. I don't get my feet wet. If I get my feet wet, they ain't gonna get warm again. It was so dry and dusty with basically no rain all summer, and then it snowed right on top of the dust. And so it's still dry and dusty under the snow. So we got straight on the south facing slopes where the snow's all melted off. We're kicking up dust. On the north facing slopes, we're plowing snow. That's why I brought the fat bike, because it's the most versatile when it comes to handling different conditions. It can take pretty much anything.
I really think that if you want the ultimate all-rounder bike that can handle not just your typical mountain bike riding, but also your atypical stuff, you know, desert exploration, snow riding, everything, fat bike is the most well-rounded, versatile bike there is. It can handle by far the biggest spectrum of conditions. Especially when you get a good one that's set up well, like the old King's Peak here, with a little bit slacker front end with the fork. Got a dropper post, got tubeless tires, 1x12 drivetrain with oval chain ring, oversized 180 brake rotors, which most fat bikes should have 160s. Most manufacturers spec them with that because they don't think they're going to be going very fast or down big hills. This fat bike does. Okay, keep it going downhill. Decided it was a little warm wearing the jacket and the insulated gloves. So shedded them off. Now it's a little cool going downhill, but once we drop down and start pedaling again, then it'll be better. Then it'll be just right. Pretty steep downhill right here. Oh, we got a side by side coming up. Get the feeling we can get some weird looks. What we do out here. Thank you. This kind of stuff is why I put the angle headset and the fork on this bike and the bigger brake rotor. Again, I ride this in places and in ways that pretty sure most fat bike manufacturers aren't figuring out. Oh boy, this is going to be fun. Gotta go real slow to keep my feet dry. When my feet get wet, they're going to be cold and they ain't going to get warm again. Oh man. Oh, whew. Oh, I'm glad I made it far enough through that I didn't put a foot down in it. Whew. That was deep, and then chunky rocks and ice chunks and stuff under it. That's fun. Oh man, right back into the dust. This bike is gonna be so dirty today. Alternate between wet and then dust. Man, such a crazy variety of conditions. Go from loose and dusty to icy water to hard to packed snow to loose snow to dusty. A little bit of everything today. Although that water splashed in her shins, it definitely ain't warm. It's cold water. I also recently put the fender on this bike on the front. That helps keep the fork stanchions a little cleaner. especially riding in either dry desert stuff like out in the swell. I do a lot on this, but also in crazy conditions like this. Yep. Such a good job. They are loving it up here, having it be cool and wet and snow and stuff. It is even more tiring to me of having it be warm and so dry. I had to put on a lot of fall wax this summer to keep those pads from just getting completely dried out. Take it slow. Now it's pretty smooth. Pretty easy to go through creeks like that when they're smooth. It's when they get big old chunky rock down in the water that you can't see and it's super slippery and stuff. That's when they get really tough to get through. This fat bike out just, it'll be the fastest or whatever, but man, it can literally handle any conditions it comes up against. It can handle tech, it can handle steeps, up and down, it can handle loose, it can handle the water, it can handle the snow, it can handle sand. It may not be the fastest or the most efficient or anything, but man, fat bikes are so freaking crazy versatile what they can handle. Oh yeah, that fat bike. Just clawing up that. I did not do it. Yeah. Control viewpoint right here. As this is all Daniels Canyon, Daniels Creek descends down to Fish Reservoir, which is just down that a ways. And this is Fish Lake Hightop plateau up here. So we're just gonna keep working along through these flats all the way over and around that corner to Hancock Flat. Back of that way, the way we come. Everything looks different up here when you're not up here in the summer. Looks so different with all the aspens with their leaves dropped. So pretty though, it's just different. Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh yeah! The nice thing with the fat tires is you get on those rolly, loose little rocks that will so easily spin out when you're trying to pedal up them. With these big, super low pressure tires, they kind of mold over the rocks. And they don't kick out near as easy. And you can maintain traction up loose rocky stuff like that incredibly well on a fat bike. Oh, this is pretty. Wow. It's really pretty with all the just the bare white trunks and then all the leaves on the ground. It's equally as pretty and just different than when the trees are in full leaf in the summertime. Elk tracks. And probably still a few straggling cows up there. This old wood sheep fence out here is actually a property boundary between forest and private ranch land down here in Daniels Canyon. So our trail here just kind of skirts around the corner of it here on the fence. Stay on the forest land. That might be a little messy. The fat bike's even phased by that little bit of ice. That was slick. Oh, back tire on that ice. There's nothing. Oh, slippery rocks. It's just crazy to keep going back and forth between like summer conditions and winter and fall and you name it, we got it. Oh man, get down in this deeper forest, it's cold. Pounds of snow. Not much braking traction either. Braking or steering. Steep drop down. Yeah, boys. That bike handled that steep descent. I got nothing to it. Oh, good. Slimy. Warping through the mud. go back into dry dirt, and I'll stick to the mud. This bike is gonna be so dirty after this ride. Woohoo! That's a pretty good little downhill. Down, right back to pedaling. Howdy. Mighty hunters out here. Look for some kill. Fish are out hiking. That's surprising. Oh yeah. That's a lot of water. Oh man, it's hard to be forest like this. So pretty. Love aspen forest. Alright, so here's this trail fork. You can go to the right. That one's not on trail forks. It kind of keeps traversing along. This one here to the left is the one that's on trail fork still, is Daniels Canyon. And it's going to climb us up here to the Hancock Flat Road. And it's a steep climb. There's the Hancock Flat Road. Right there. Oh, it's steep. Yeah. Yeah, so this is the very north end of the Hancock Flat Road. It goes about 100 yards that way and dead ends. This is the trail we just came up. We're gonna follow the road back this way to Hancock Flat. That is a beastly climb to get up here. Typical four-wheeler trail. They don't know what switchbacks are, they just go straight. Yeah, what you doing up there? I'm thinking the dogs are happy to be back in the snow. They're loving it. Now we're heading south along Hancock Flat Road toward Hancock Flat. Got around on south facing slope. Back on dry road now. Almost to Hancock Flat. It's about 3 miles from where Daniels Canyon Trail hits the road back there to Hancock Flat. Mostly just steady uphill. I'm actually thinking that Daniels Canyon Trail is good enough. I think it warrants its own video. So I'm probably actually going to split this ride into 2 videos. We have arrived at Hancock Flat. Main Hancock Flat Road goes straight, wraps you around the flank of the mountain over so it meets up with the Fish Lake Highway. And then this road is the Hancock Flat Loop. You can see here, so dead end that way, the way we just come from, 4 miles. And then Hancock Spring and Fish Lake Hightop road this way. Yeah, this is Hancock Flat, back that way along the Hancock Flat Road to the Fish Lake Highway. And as I said, I think that Daniels Canyon Trail, especially in those kind of crazy, widely varied conditions, I think it's worth its own video. So we're actually going to split this ride into 2 instead of doing it in 1. So this will be the end of the Daniels Canyon video, and the next video coming out will be Fish Lake Hightop, riding the Hightop Trail in the snow. It should be quite the epic adventure. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. Check out the other videos from up here around Fish Lake on the channel, and yeah, make sure you check out part 2 when it comes out. And thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, thank you so much, and keep digging up new places to ride.